Everyone in the crowded cafe thought the old man in the simple gray coat was just another quiet foreigner passing through the city. No one cared where he sat, no one noticed when customers cut in front of him, and no one heard the soft sigh he released each time he was ignored. But when a shy waitress approached him, bowed gently, and whispered one Japanese phrase, his entire world stopped. It was the moment that exposed secrets he had hidden for decades, and changed her destiny forever. What did she say? Why did it break the billionaire who owned half of Tokyo? This is their story. The evening rush at Maple and Steam Cafe was louder than usual, clattering plates, hurried footsteps, impatient customers complaining about cold coffee or slow orders. But in the far corner sat a man who seemed untouched by the chaos. He was old, maybe in his late 70s, wearing a plain gray coat that looked too thin for winter. His hair was silver, cut neatly. His hands rested on his cane with unusual elegance. Yet nobody paid attention. To the customers, he was invisible. To the young staff, he was just another quiet man waiting for tea he hadn't even ordered yet. But to Hannah, the new waitress, he looked different. She had a habit, maybe a gift, of noticing things others missed. She saw his calm posture, the way he watched every detail of the cafe as if each corner held a memory. She noticed how gently he moved, how respectfully he folded his napkin even though no one had served him yet. Hannah was 22, soft-spoken, working 2 jobs to support her sick mother. Most days she kept her eyes down because confidence was something she had never learned. But today, something about the old man's loneliness bothered her. She approached him with slow steps. "Sir, would you like something to drink?" she asked in English. The man looked up, surprised. His eyes were deep, tired yet warm. He nodded. "Green tea, if you have." Hannah smiled. "We do." As she turned away, she heard 2 customers laughing behind her. Why is she wasting time with that guy? Probably can't even tip. Their words hit her, but she ignored them. When she returned with the tea, she did something no one expected. She placed the cup gently on his table, bowed deeply, and said softly, "Otsukaresama desu. Thank you for your hard work. I respect what you've been through." The old man froze. His hand trembled. His eyes filled instantly, an emotion he had clearly kept buried for years. No one in that cafe knew that phrase. No one used it with him anymore. He whispered, almost broken, "You speak Japanese?" Hannah shook her head shyly. "Only a little. My mother taught me one phrase. She said it's what you tell someone who deserves respect but rarely receives it." The old man lowered his head, and for a moment Hannah feared she had offended him. But then she saw a tear roll down his cheek. He whispered, "No one has said that to me in decades." At that same moment, the cafe manager shouted across the room, "Hannah, stop chatting and get moving." Customers snickered. Hannah looked embarrassed, apologizing to the old man before rushing away. But he watched her with a strange intensity, memorizing her name tag, her tired smile, her resilience. No one knew the truth yet. This man was Kenji Sato, founder of the largest real estate empire in Japan. A billionaire. A man who once had thousands bow to him. Now, nobody even saw him, but one waitress had spoken to him like he was human, and that changed everything. The next day, the cafe buzzed with gossip. That old guy came again. Why? He barely bought anything. He probably likes the warm room. But Kenji didn't return for warmth. He came for Hannah. When she saw him walk in, her eyes widened. She rushed to greet him, but he bowed first, deeply, respectfully, like a gesture from another era. "Good morning, Miss Hannah," he said softly. "May I sit in your section?" Customers looked at each other, confused. Why was this humble old man acting like she was someone important? Hannah led him to his table, noticing today he carried a small wooden box. He ordered only tea again, but what he truly came for was something else, a conversation he had avoided his whole life. He watched Hannah work, calm under pressure, kind even when customers yelled, patient even when others pushed her around. Her gentleness felt familiar to him, painfully familiar. When she finally returned to his table, he asked the question he had held in his chest since yesterday, "Your mother taught you that phrase?" Hannah nodded. She worked in a Japanese guesthouse many years ago. She met many travelers, but one man changed her life. She never told me his name, only that he treated her with respect when she was struggling. She always remembered him. Kenji's breath stopped, his fingers tightened on the cane, his lips parted, as if ghosts from his past had suddenly appeared before him. He knew that woman. She had been one of the kindest souls he met during his travels decades ago, long before he became a billionaire, when he was a young entrepreneur going through his hardest years. He had helped her with medical bills once. She cried and told him she would never forget his kindness. Could this girl be her daughter? Kenji opened the wooden box. Inside was a delicate origami crane, yellow and soft as old sunlight. This, he whispered, was given to me by a woman who saved my spirit once. She said it represented hope. Hana gasped, her hands covered her mouth. My mother made cranes exactly like this. She used to tell me about a Japanese man who gave her courage when she had nothing. Kenji's eyes filled again, but this time with joy, grief, closure, everything at once. He reached for her trembling hand. Hana, your mother saved me too. I was alone, grieving my wife, failing in business. She told me, even the strongest trees fall without the rain of kindness. I never forgot those words. Tears streamed down Hana's face. All the nights she stayed awake beside her mother's hospital bed, all the struggles she faced alone, suddenly felt connected to something larger. Before she could speak, a loud voice broke the moment. The manager stormed over. Hana, stop making up stories with customers. Do you want to lose your job? Kenji stood up, straightened his posture, and for the first time, everyone saw the authority in his eyes. I believe, he said firmly, she deserves far more than this place gives her. The entire cafe went silent. The billionaire everyone overlooked was finally seen, and the shy waitress who spoke one Japanese phrase was about to have her life changed forever.